Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Arizona Cardinals 10-year rebuild challenge on Madden 23. Today's episode number 9, year number 9, and we gotta figure some crap out because we are only 2 episodes left, including this one, until the end of the series, and we have yet to accomplish the main goal of the entirety of the rebuild, is to win a championship. And we have not done that yet within the first 8 years of this series for some strange reason. I don't know how, because I feel like this team that I've put together is right up there with maybe the best team I've ever put together in a 10-year rebuild. So for some reason, the simulation is just not being friendly to us and not allowing us to win Super Bowls. I have no idea, but we need to figure it out. We need to win a Super Bowl by the end of this series, or it's considered a failure, and that would be the first failure of a 10-year rebuild that I've done, and I can't allow that. So we have to, by any means necessary, win a Super Bowl within this episode or next episode, or I'm going to have a mental breakdown. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get year 9 underway. So as we always do to start the year and start the episode, we have to set our season goal, and I am going to set our season goal to win the Super Bowl, because as I laid out in the intro, it has to be done. We have to win the Super Bowl. Now, if we take a look at the lineup, everybody looks very, very, very good. I'm liking the way that we're looking. We've got our generational receiver here. We've got a lot of very good players. We have 2 linemen who have superstar development. That's very rare to have in a Madden simulation. And we have 2. It's rare to have 1, but to have 2 is very awesome. The offense looks really good. We need to have Desmond Ridder take another step. The defense looks pretty good. I'm liking the way that we're looking here. This team is pretty good. I don't see any flaws, really. Yeah, there's some lower overall younger guys, but they shouldn't really matter too much in simulation. It should be our higher overall guys that kind of carry the team. So we'll see how it does. I will simulate to the midseason mark. We have to be dominant, man. It just has to happen. We're a good team. We're probably the best team in the entirety of the NFL. It just has to show in simulation. So I'll see you guys at the midseason mark with hopefully some good news. We currently sit at 4-2. I was about to say 5-2. 4-2 at the mid-season mark, going up against the Seahawks, who are very bad. This is where I expected us to be. I expected us to be around this over 500, dominant kind of first place in the division type of team, and it seems like we are doing that. Bijan is a stud. Desmond Ridder turns out to be a really, really big stud. And then on the defense, I mean, we're just riding the backs of Jalen Carter, Willie Anderson Jr., and Quay Walker, to be fair. I mean, that's really all that we're doing. And it seems to be working because we are 4-2. We need to have a good second half of the season, and then we can ride the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. That's the goal. For it to be a success, we got to win a Super Bowl. Can we do it? I'll find out with you guys as we go to the playoffs. Okay, we've made it to the postseason. We absolutely killed the year, 14-3. So we only lost 1 more game the entirety of the rest of the second half of the season. Very awesome, exactly where I wanted us to be. Now let's see where we were in terms of our stats. We were the number 1 seed, obviously, got the bye week. Desmond Ridder, 4,900 yards, 46 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. This is the kind of franchise quarterback that we traded for. Kyler Murray was just never going to give us that type of production. So Desmond Ridder, he's our guy. He's our guy for this season and for next season. And a 71% completion percentage is absolutely unreal. Bijan, speaking of unreal, 1,800 yards and 16 touchdowns for him. He has been flourishing in this playbook. And then receiving-wise, 3 1,000-yard receivers. Rondale Moore, every single time we get him in one of these 10-year rebuilds, he just continues to produce like a number 1 receiver. He is a stud. 1,600 yards and 18 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk had 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns. And then Eric Gilbert, the X-Factor tight end, had 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns. DeMarcus Childs, our X-Factor, I'm assuming, because he's generational, so I'm assuming he's X Factor. Generational receiver, 14 catches, 166 yards, no touchdowns. He didn't really get a lot of production, but maybe he'll turn out to be something. I don't know. I'm hoping that he can next year take that next step. Defensively, 140 tackles for Quay Walker is absolutely unreal. Christian Gonzalez had 80. Martin Emerson had 79. Emmanuel Forbes had 78. Willie Anderson Jr. had 76 with 20 tackles for loss. Are you serious? Jalen Carter had 17. Tyler Easley had 11. Very interesting. And then the sack leader was Will Anderson Jr. with 23.5. Carter had 11. Easley had 10. So it looks like the production from these three guys is out of control. Chris Thompson had 6, the rookie. Junior Browning had 5, and then Quay Walker, along with his 140 tackles, also had 3 sacks and 2 picks. So he just had a fine season. Emmanuel Forbes and Richardson both had 2 interceptions as well. Easley, Ingram, Emerson, Simmons, and Thorne had 1 as well. So that's your stats for the season, and I think those stats are very, very wonderful. Now those stats aren't going to matter too much if it doesn't lead to a Super Bowl. We've got to do it. It's got to happen. And we lost in the first round to the Eagles. Why is this the way that it is? How do we go from a team that wins 14 games, is dominant through the regular season, gets the number 1 seed, and then we go and we lose in our first playoff game to the Eagles at home? How does that happen? Like, what do I have to do? I don't understand the simulation, man. I just don't understand it. What do I have to do differently? Do I have to change my playbook to the Kansas City Chiefs or to the Buccaneers? Or what do I have to do? I literally don't know what I have to do to save this team. We have 1 year left to win a Super Bowl. We should have already won at least 1 or 2 by now, and yet we have none. We're a 95 offense. How are we not winning games? We win games in the regular season. Who cares about the regular season? We haven't won in the playoffs. I don't understand the simulation, man. This game is so bad. What is with the simulation? What are we doing here? Season recap: Joe Burrow wins MVP of the league, or of the Super Bowl. The Giants quarterback Lamar Jackson wins the MVP of the league. Will Anderson Jr. actually won Defensive Player of the Year. Good for him. I would have gave it to Quay Walker, if we're being totally honest, but Will Anderson does get it. And now we go to the offseason, where we stand just kind of in a rut. I mean, we're just going in circles. Like, what do we have to do differently? We've got a great team. We've got a great quarterback, a franchise running back, a franchise receiver, a franchise tight end, a fantastic offensive line, a franchise pass rusher, a franchise left tackle, a franchise middle linebacker, a franchise everything. What do we have to do differently? Jalen Ramsey retires. That's cool. Derwin James retires. I don't care. I don't understand what we have to do differently. I really don't. Players that are ready to negotiate. What do we have? We have negative money, and it looks like it's Martin Emerson, and it is not a whole lot else. Okay, that's good. That's good. We can trade Martin Emerson, maybe get a little bit of value back for him. Does he have any penalty against him if we trade him or cut him, I guess? So if we go to Martin Emerson, no, he's got a 0 penalty if we were just to release him. But I don't know if that matters if we can trade him or not. We're going to find out here because we are negative money. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do to change our team. I feel like we've got the best team. So I don't really know what to do differently to help this team. And it looks like Martin Emerson's only trade offer is for a center that we don't need. We have a good center already. I'll trade him for another corner, as long as the corner is not super expensive and preferably under a rookie contract. Maybe not like you, maybe like Will Harper. Is Will Harper under a rookie contract? He's also superstar development. He is on a rookie contract. Okay. I'll take Will Harper off your hands. And I guess maybe Kyle Freeman. We don't really need a strong safety, though. What about little linebackers? What kind of linebackers are you working with? Brian Curran, Titus Taylor, JoJo Cartwright, Daryl Carson. They don't really have anybody that's kind of cheap. I was looking for somebody in the 100,000s, preferably, but it doesn't look like they have anybody there. So I'll take that, and then can I get like a draft pick too, like a second-round pick? How's this? That is declined. Okay. I don't even know if it'll go through just straight up. It probably would go through straight up now that I'm seeing the kind of value. So if we offer that, trade offer accepted. So Emerson goes there to Tampa Bay. We bring back another corner in place, and we get a 4th-round pick for this year's draft, which will come in handy. Now, since we did that, we are negative money, which is okay. It's fine. Not a big deal. Because we aren't looking to sign anybody anyway. We're just trying to get through this with the same team, because I believe, in my heart of hearts, I believe that this team is good enough to win a Super Bowl, and this class isn't really that great anyway. I just don't understand why it's not projecting that way in the simulation. Like, why are we not better? Why are we not winning championships? We should have had 1 or 2 Super Bowl wins by now. I don't understand it. I really don't. It's such a poorly made video game that it doesn't even understand and recognize that a team of this talent would probably dominate. But whatever, we got to pick up the 5th-year option of Alex Richardson, our safety. Yeah, sure, why not? Just so that we don't have to pay him, even though technically, we don't have to pay anybody next year because we're not going to play next year. Once we finish the playoffs of year 10, whatever happens, happens. That'll be the end of the series. So we'll pick up Tyler Easley's contract as well, because Tyler Easley really had a good year. He had a lot of tackles. He had a lot of sacks. And I think he had an interception too. So he had a really good year coming off the edge. Very excited about him and what he's going to do next year with another year of progression and stuff. So we'll go into the private workouts. Do I have anybody in this class even remotely scouted? I don't think so. Who's going to be good? Who is going to be good? We've got Timmy and Zerma, who looks to be kind of good. He's a power rusher. He looks all right. He doesn't look amazing. There's a couple good corners. Deion Jones. I'm going to put one on Deion Jones because it looks like he could be something with that A to C zone coverage. If it's closer to A, he could be closer to generational, but I don't think it's going to be. Who else is down here that could end up being a good pickup for us? Is there anybody? There's got to be somebody. It doesn't look like there's anybody down here in the 2 to 3 range that would be worth picking up. What about in the round 1 range? Because I think we have like the 30-something pick, or I don't even remember what we have. We got something. What about this guy? Edward Goldstein. We don't really need a receiver, but he is pretty fast. Not really looking to pick up a receiver is the only problem. I think we'll use it on Deion Jones. We'll use it on Antoine Knight. And we'll use the other one on, I don't know. How about Timmy and Zerma? They don't look... Ah, crap, I backed out. They don't look that great, but they could... Maybe if they fall to us. They're probably not going to fall to us, but... Did I use my pick? Oh, my God. I screwed that up. Scouting private workouts. Yes, I want to go to do private workouts. I want to use it on Zerma, Antoine Knight, and Deion Jones. There we go. Okay, perfect. So those are the 3 guys that we're going to use our private workouts on. The likelihood that we draft any of them, not high. But we might as well find out a little bit more if we can. And I think we have like pick 30 or something in this draft. Maybe pick 20 something. I don't remember. I guess we could take a look at the final mock draft and find out. So let's go to the mock draft number 5. It has Timmy and Zerna actually going number 3. All right, very interesting. And Deion Jones' zone coverage is a B. He looks kind of interesting. He's a little bit higher up in the mock draft than I would like. We pick at pick 28. He's a little bit higher up in the mock draft than I would like. I don't think he's worth trading up for, but maybe he would be. I don't know. Let's pause it here and take a look at our... Let's take a look at our roster and see what we need. Rondale Moore goes up to superstar. That's awesome. DeMarcus Childs is, in fact, generational by the fact that he has superstar X factor. Brandon Ayuk, superstar. The offense is amazing. Like, how is this offense not a Super Bowl champion now? Offense. I don't understand it. But then on defense, Quay Walker does not go down to star. He had too good of a season to do that. I mean, he had 140 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a bunch of sacks. I don't know how they would rationalize him going down to star. But whatever, he goes up to superstar again. The Harper's a superstar. I forgot about that. We traded for him. He's a superstar. So our corners look good with Forbes, Gonzalez, and Harper, and Thorne being a 79. So I like the way the corners are looking. The defensive line looks pretty good. I like that. I feel like we don't really need anything. If we're being totally honest, I think I'm going to just skip to see some of the top picks, and then we'll skip to our draft pick. I don't think we really need anything. There goes Timmy and Zerma. There goes Antoine Knight. Jake Abrams. Carlos Glover. Juan Stanley. Akeem Pierce. Benji Bass. All right, that corner has fallen a little bit. Let me just call up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and find out what their pricing point would be for him. I don't know if he's going to be good, but it wouldn't hurt to just call up the Texans or the Buccaneers and ask. They have pick 11. What do you want for it? Quay Walker and Bobby Roth or Alex Richardson and Jeremiah Simmons? Yeah, I don't think so, Tampa. How about you just take my first round pick, pick 28, and then you take my second round pick next year because we're not going to need it, and then you take my third round pick next year because we're not going to need it. How about that? No? Well, how about I give you my... I guess I get 2 first-round picks. I guess I could do that. 2 first-round picks, and how about a 5th this year as well? That's a steep asking price. That is a steep asking price for a corner that I don't know is going to be that good. 2 first-round picks. He better be good for 2 first-round pick, but Deion Jones, he doesn't have great man coverage, but he's a zone corner. Welcome to the Arizona Cardinals. 21 years old out of Penn State, 6'1". He's got 90 speed, 87 agility, but that zone coverage could come in handy. And he's got 8 press too, so he could be a good player. He definitely could be a good player, and I think we're just going to end the draft there. They can draft whoever the heck they want. I don't really care. Draft whoever the heck you want, but I feel like Deion Jones is really going to be that guy. I think he's going to be a solid pickup for us. I really hope he is. Otherwise, I spent 2 first-round picks on a bust, and I don't want that to be my reputation. A 72 overall. That is not really what you want to see when you traded 2 first-round picks to get him. But hey, it is what it is. It's not like we're going to need that next first-round pick because we're not playing the next season. Does anybody else have hidden development here? Those 2 guys don't. What about Derek Burns? Offensive lineman tend to do. Nope, he doesn't. What about this guy, Jamarcus Bennett? Nope. Is anybody... The CPU didn't draft me any? Come on. The CPU didn't draft me any hidden development players? Oh, that's some BS. All right, so we got Deion Jones. Who was the highest rated player in this draft class? It turns out that it was Antoine Knight. Maybe we should have went after Antoine instead of Deion Jones. I chose Deion. Antoine seems to be a little bit better. And even Benji Bass was better than him. All right, maybe I got the 3rd best corner out of the 3. That's not great. That's not comforting to know that I got the 3rd best corner out of the 3. But maybe his impact will be more important than what those guys' impacts would be. As we move to the offseason, we're a 95 offense. If we can't win a Super Bowl with a 95 offense, then I just give up. Should we change playbooks? Like, you can't tell me that having an 83 overall guard is one of the reasons why we are in the situation we're in. Everybody else is above an 85. You can't tell me that that position alone, and you can't tell me that having 2 outside linebackers that are low 80s to high 70s are that hindrance. You can't tell me that. It's not possible. I will not physically accept that. I just won't accept it. It won't happen. It's not true. It's fake news. the fact that we can't win a Super Bowl. I don't understand it, but we've got one season to figure it out. Season 10 up next. It's make or break. Gotta go all in. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.